Majority Whip Tom Emmer. What do you make of this, of Zelenskyy here, Tom? Congressman, it's good to see you again. You know, let's show it. Joe Biden also yelled at Zelenskyy in 2022 for being ungrateful for the billions of aid and dollars that America gave Ukraine, that Joe Biden lost his temper because saying he could show a little more gratitude. What's your take on this?
Well, it's Donald Trump once again showing that he's putting America first. He's honoring another campaign promise, Liz. He wants to resolve the war between Ukraine and Russia, and it's amazing what he's doing. And President Zelenskyy clearly is not up to the task yet. It looks like he's moving in the right direction, but the real question is, President Zelenskyy, can we get this resolved through diplomacy? Or is it just your only posture is you need more U.S. taxpayer dollars to prolong this already horrible war?
You know, President Trump didn't yell at Zelenskyy. He basically was just trying to stipulate, what are you doing? Can you explain why Putin would stop attacking Ukraine with the president's development deal, the foreign aid, the deal to rebuild Ukraine and develop their minerals? Would Putin really be reluctant to not attack Ukraine if American companies were in there?
Actually, I think that's more of a security issue for Ukraine and President Zelenskyy. The reason he should be signing that deal is because American investment in Ukraine means America has an interest in Ukraine. When it comes to Putin, President Trump's making it very clear. I want to get both of these guys to the table. More importantly, he's done something that no one else was able to do in the last 4 years, which is get Western Europe to actually start to get off the sidelines and understand this isn't their backyard and they need to take a very aggressive stance to get it resolved. This is all by the master negotiator, Donald J. Trump.
You know, Trump is saying Zelenskyy needs to be more grateful. Biden said that. Democrats are ripping into Trump, but Trump is saying what Biden and many have said for years, be more grateful. Let's please get your reaction to Great Britain's ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson, saying that Zelenskyy must give, quote, unequivocal support to President Trump's deal. It could secure peace. Watch this.
My response is that we need a very radical reset. And the reset has to consist of the United States and Ukraine getting back on the same page and President Zelenskyy giving his unequivocal backing to the initiative that President Trump is taking to end the war and to bring a just and lasting peace to Ukraine. And I think the first thing that President Zelenskyy can do is to make clear his commitment to the initiative that President Trump is taking. And yes, I do think it would be a good idea if he signed the economic and commercial deal put forward by the United States. It will mean that U.S. commercial interests, U.S. individuals, citizens will be on the ground there, and that will be an even greater added incentive for the U.S. to protect the Ukraine in future and make sure that war does not ensue again. It's the only negotiation available, and it's got to be made to work, and that's what we in Britain are very committed to help bring about.
Great Britain wants this, Congressman. Did Democrats interfere here with Zelenskyy? Did Democrats turn Zelensky's head away? Are they interfering here?
Well, I don't think it's them directly, but he clearly thought that he was going to play in the American election by campaigning for Kamala Harris against showing up at a campaign event in Pennsylvania. But look, the ambassador is agreeing with Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump has said, and he's a leader. Our president is a leader, a world leader that is taking steps to resolve a conflict. And everybody is saying, President Zelenskyy, you need to become that leader as well and get to the table and get this resolved.
Well, maybe it shouldn't be Zelenskyy at the table anymore. Maybe Ukraine needs a new leader. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer, thank you so much for being with us, Congressman. It's great to see you again.